Hello and welcome back. Let's see. Today I want to try making something I haven't made before. I just kind of figured out that it existed by doing a quick search to see what something was for. And what it ended up being here is I noticed that you could make fish trap bait. And I had no idea why, because I'd never seen a fish trap in here. Apparently I'd been somehow managing to butcher the search for it because it's right here. And I want to try making one of these and see how it works. The only thing I did look up online was to see the requirements for water. Other than that, I have no idea how this thing works, so I kind of want to give it a shot. It said that it had to be in a 5x5 of water, so that's pretty easy to work out. But let's stop. Okay, there we go. Because I was looking at this trying to see, it almost looks like, because if we can do this, if we can take tofu, and we can make fish bait. Because one of the things I've been looking at here is how to get ourselves to that kind of sustainable food model. You know, even if we have to go out and harvest a whole bunch of plants, dump them in a chest, and, you know, that out pops our little crafting thing, dumps our food into an ender chest that's always, you know, always has a stack of each item in it or something like that. And one thing I noticed was you can use tofu to make mayo. And then between tofu and mayo, you can make a ton of different things. So I may have to start digging into that, but first I want to make one of these things and see what it does. I mean, I imagine it catches fish, but you know, what do we need here? 4 sticks, 3 string, so a minimum of 4 sticks. So that gives us 4. We're gonna need 3 more, assuming I remember how to make a fishing pole correctly. A chest. Did I get 3 string? I got 2 string. I need 3 more string. Okay. Let's see what happens here. So first thing, every time I almost do that, I've made so many barricades that way by mistake. Well, let's see. So we need these. And now let's see here. I thought a fishing pole. There goes some sugar cane. There we go. And fish trap. Where to put this thing, that way we can experiment with it. So we're going to need water. Yeah, see, the problem without knowing how it's going to start popping stuff out of it, that's where things are going to get interesting. As you can see, we definitely are not at a shortage for soybeans. Where can we put it? Let's put it over here for now. Also give us a chance to check and see how our mana is doing. Okay, it's full. That is awesome. I did not think I was online that long. That works. I'll take that. Let's see. So if we can expand this room out and put some water here. Alright, I'm going to expand this, build this into a proper room, get a spot dug out for some water, and then I'll be back and we'll put this thing together and see what happens. Alright, so I got an area dug out. It's 5x5. And what we're going to do is, assuming this is actually correct, we're going to hopefully get this thing planted, and that's going to be interesting. I forgot about that. You can get shoved off to the side by water. So let's get this filled in. Get our buckets filled back up here. Nope, that one. And there we go. Okay, now I brought enough of these to make 40 of the bait. Now it said in the middle of a 5x5 of water. It did not say a cube, it just said a 5x5. Whoa. How does... Okay, so that just goes there. And I guess you just leave it there? It made it sound like it was on the same level. Well, we'll just leave it there and see what happens. Is that thing considered a spawnable surface? Hopefully that won't come back and bite me. Alright, let's go take a look here. I want to look at a couple food types up there, because I made a whole list of the different foods we could create that would, because basically you want to get like minimum of 5, so I'm thinking 6 or 7 types of food. Because with 5 you would just be cycling straight through, but if something, you know, you wouldn't want to burn it up too quick, so you want kind of like an emergency extra just in case, and because. So I want to get 1 extra. Let's get rid of our stuff here. You go there. And then I've slowly been using up the slabs in this barrel. You can't tell, but the barrel used to be full. I kind of removed a mountain right here, or a hill. I bored that down, Those two raised areas here and here are cave openings. They're blocks, they're areas that were more than 2 blocks deep. If it was 2 blocks deep, I just kind of paved it over. You filled it in basically and covered it up. So if it was just like a small little ravine, I just filled it in and took care of it. So I leveled this entire area off to the same level as the main base floor here. I was considering doing it for this area, but this is 1 block down, this is 2 blocks down. That's an awful, well, this is also 1 block. So all 1 block here and then 2 blocks here, and then it gets even farther down here. So, you know, it kind of sucks the motivation out of it when you're going to be walking around placing like a couple thousand blocks minimum. But I may just slab that area over. The end goal will be to get this entire area, that this island that we're on, slabbed, and maybe these outlying ones as well. But we'll see how far that goes. Let's see, food, where am I? Food that I was looking at. I was looking for things. Firm tofu. That could be made with firm tofu. As you can see, there's a lot of them. I mean, the idea would be to find things with small counts. I mean, so you got fish. Fish is good. I mean, not fantastic. It's only worth 1, but you can cook it, so that's good. So actually, let's take a look here. Let's go. We'll just do fish to cooked fish. So that would give us 1. And then if we start looking through it now, the tofu can also give us beef jerky, which I've got on the list. That would give us 2. We can get the stock if we need it for something, but right now we don't see anything with stock in it yet. We can do boiled eggs or scrambled eggs. Basically, I think all the different cooking utensils have a tofu mark or tofu output with them. So that's good to know. So you can get a whole bunch of them that way. And what in the world just sucked my frame rate to the floor? Okay, no idea what caused that. All of a sudden I dropped down to between 1 and 4 frames a second. That's definitely not good. I purged off like 400 megs worth of video, so hopefully that'll help, and hopefully I don't regret doing that. But hopefully we'll see. Let's see, we were looking at uses. And the jerky, the broth, the eggs, the mayo. Those... I mean, ideally, anything that requires a combination of tofu and then mayonnaise would be fantastic. Because a lot of this stuff, I mean, we've got tofu, we've got bakeware, but we don't have any dates, so we can't use that. We could do... Now, this one's wrong. I don't know why it thinks that tofu can be used in place of pork. Either that or it's in there and it's just not working. But tofu by itself is a replacement for fish, apparently. So any recipe that would call for fish, you can usually substitute tofu in and it'll work, but you can see these two are exactly the same, but this recipe will not work with tofu. You'll never get the pork lettuce wrap, you'll always get the fish lettuce wrap. And let's see, fish sticks we could do. The idea would be to find things that don't require a lot of extra input. So like the hot dog and the, where was it, the fish. Let's take a look back at here, let's see, it was the beef jerky, the hot dog, fish sticks, was it? Yeah, fish sticks require flour, so I mean that's something. That would bring us up to 4. I suppose we could do this one, breaded pork chops. See, I don't think that one's gonna work because that's the same recipe. No, that's different. Fish sticks is a bakeware. I wonder if that one would work. Interesting. There's our bait. I definitely can't eat that. Now see, we could make marshmallows. I really honestly have no idea how tofu plays into making marshmallows, and I'm kind of not sure. I really don't want to know. So marshmallows. And we could do meaty stew. That one's pretty good. These require mustard. We don't have any mustard seeds yet. Haven't even found any yet, which is kind of a bummer. Chili's a good one. That's a nice one to have. We've got a garden that's producing the beans and the chili powder, so we can, or chili peppers, so we can do that. Yeah, we've definitely got a decent amount here. That's good, but that's enough looking at any eye. Let's go take a look at the fish trap and see what it's been doing. Hopefully my frame rate will hold up while we're doing this. Every once in a while it locks in at 60 frames a second while I'm recording, even though it's recording at 30. Other times it locks in at 30. And when it's at 30, you really notice it if it starts dropping down at all. Alright, let's see. We've used 5 bait and got 5 different fish. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Can we move my mouse properly without it lagging? Let's go see. I think we have enough materials to make another couple ender chests. Let's take a look. Oop. Wait, no. I want it to go up, not down. There we go. Ender chest. It was 2 of these. 2 of those. Obsidian. Wasn't it 4? Was it 4 per? I think I'm thinking of the ender tank. No, it's only 2 each. Okay, so it is similar to the ender tank. Alright, so 2 and then, yeah, that'll do. We only make 2 for now. I'm going to need to make a couple chests real quick. And nope, did not want an entire stack. Okay. Oh, wrong button. Now I have all the laminate on me. Nope. And we need 2. 2 sets worth of wood to make 2 chests. And we get that. Nope. Wait, what did I do wrong? Oh, I only got 4. There we go. Let's take a look what we've got for dye. I don't want to leave it straight white. Let's just do gray. So what we'll do... Now the ideal would be to have a way to feed bait into it from up here too, but I don't think we're going to get... Oops. Oh, here's that problem. Let's see. I need transfer nodes. Translocators. Oh, let's see. Translocators. Alright, let me make a few of these. We've made these before and they get kind of tedious, so I'll be right back. Alright, now we're going somewhere. Let's take a look here. The having that full mana pool full of mana is really nice when you need to make the mana diamonds. Basically just toss a pile in there and away you go. Okay, let's see. Now, I don't know if I can block it sideways or not, so we'll just put it on top of it for now. And actually, let's dye it first. Gray, gray, and gray. Very creative here. And can we... Okay, perfect. Now, all we need to do is hope that when we click on this, does it work? Ooh. That'll be interesting. Can we output from a side, maybe? Use up some water here and see what happens. So... Nope. Oh, that didn't work. Give me that back. Right there. Into the hole. I get the feeling this isn't going to work either. And no, I wonder if you can't automate these. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would be a pain. Either that or the translocators just don't know how to work with them. Let me check a couple things and see if I can get some type of siphon working. I'm going to go try a hopper, that type of thing, and then I'll be back. Alright, so it looks like the fish trap will not accept any form of civilized automation. We can put a hopper on the bottom of it, and it will take out the fish that are in it. The problem is it also takes out the bait that's in it, which is kind of counterproductive when you're trying to, catch fish. You can't hopper into any of the sides. You can only hopper out of the bottom. You can't use the translocators into any of the sides at all. So that kind of slows down the ability to automate it, but at the same time, it still generates fish for free. You just have to walk over there every once in a while and empty it out. So let's pop upstairs real quick and toss these fish in a box. Wait. Did I? Oh, I hit shift. Like, why did I go down? I'm not supposed to go down. So let's see. We got some tuna. And Normal fish, raw carp, raw char, clam, frog, grouper. A whole ton of fish. I mean, it's definitely producing a decent amount of fish, which is nice. And then anything fish can be, I'll just put it back in here for now, can be substituted into the fish stick recipe in place of the tofu. You know, it looks like any type of fish will go into that recipe, which is kind of nice. So that would be useful. Frogs, snails, shrimp. What else we got in here? Anything? Looks like we got most of it. And we'll just stack that in there for now. And then we'll put it... Well, that could have been interesting. Completely forgot we used that color already. Oh, good. Yeah, it's not hooked to anything anymore. That's why. It used to be hooked over to the smeltery here, which I'm not sure you can actually smelt fish. But, alright, so we got 3 of them. That's good. So we got all these different fish. We got not much, and then we got tofu in there. Interesting. Alright, let's put some of this stuff away. And I've been keeping the translocators in there since it's close to where I've been using them more often than not. Yeah, that stuff can stay in there. Oh, that's one thing we need to go do real quick here. Let's toss this here. Let's go down. I made a modification to the little blood factory. Let's go take a look at it here. I lowered it down to the point where you could access it from this level, which helps because now you get those little rocket pads to launch yourself over here. I just kept it in here currently. Now what I did was I'm not really sure you can see it, but right there is the bottom of that totem that's generating the zombies. Now when they land down here, it almost looks like they're outside of the escape radius for that spawner, because I'm guessing it's probably the top block that's considered the spawner, and usually if you can get them, I want to say their head needs to be in the 4th block below the spawner, if I remember right, then that makes them out of the escape radius for the spawner. Because I've seen 6 zombies in here, and that's a lot of zombies. One of the neat things is it doesn't use lava to hurt them. It's using the liquid that's inside of it. So you can see we've already built up that much. The problem I had, I really wanted to be able to just have this tank sitting here all the time. The problem is, as soon as the blood runs out, it sucks this out into the tank. So that doesn't work out very well. But one thing I have been able to do is just kind of wander back and forth here. And you can pick up the experience, you can pick up, you know, pretty much everything. So having a vacuum hopper, when we get to that point, everything will be amazing. But if I could have like a vacuum hopper up there on all the sides, I get the feeling it would it'd be able to siphon the materials up and out. Because I mean, you can see right there, I'm already up to 40 flesh, and there's probably going to be more in here pretty soon. And then if we look in here, we're already back up to 2,600 of the blood, which is kind of coming through pretty quickly. Now we're up to 50. I sat in here for a little while the other day, and I think it was maybe 30-40 minutes, and it generated just a decent chunk of it. I took back, I think, 3 stacks of these blocks, which is, you know, kind of crazy. But what I'm thinking about doing is adding, like, having this be the output tank, the kind of temporary storage, and then using the ender tanks to transfer to a larger holding tank eventually. Still haven't decided exactly what we're going to do with it, but, you know, why not? Big old tank of liquid. It's pretty easy to generate, doesn't really cost any resources to do it. The inside of this thing, if I remember correctly, what was it? Yeah, 7x7. I tried the 9x9 on the inside. It was just one too big. I might have been able to get away with an 8x8, but I wanted it to be centered underneath the thing. And there's some more of that. Let's pop up here real quick. So that meant I had to pull the walls in by 1. So I just kind of shrank them in. And then, yeah, you can see the spawner is the top block on that thing right there. So that's, I need to be at least 3 blocks below that one. So on the 4th is where it's kind of going to, and that's when they start getting all crazy with their spawn rates, which is kind of cool. It's nice to have them flow out that fast. Did it not have enough? Oh no, it was just recharging. And then... So yeah, I just kind of walked around this thing back and forth for, like I said, about 30-40 minutes. And it generates, I mean, you can see we're already up to 8,000. And now it'll siphon it into this tank. Now if you look at this, each one of these tanks, this all levels out. So you've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's say 32 tanks here, I think. And each one of them is at 81 or 8 buckets, basically. So there's a lot of buckets of blood in there. And it's still not enough to do a lot of things with yet. So we're going to stack that up for a while, I think. But let's take this back with us. And do some sprinting. I did do a little when I was clearing that hill out earlier. It got me up to level 91 for my foraging, which was kind of nice. I'm up to the point where I can't remember what I was getting. I think maybe it was rosite that I was getting that I didn't normally get. I can't remember. But it was, all I know is it was dropping stuff down that I hadn't really seen before, so it was kind of nice. Let's convert these over. We're one shy of being able to make another one. But you can see, I mean, we're up to a stack of rosite. I get jade all over the place, and that stuff's just nuts. Then these things, I need to rearrange these barrels in the proper order, and then decide which level I'm supposed to be on for my augury skill. That way I can start, wrong button, this one. So I can start leveling that back up again, so we can give the enchanting a shot. I've got a little list of what they're supposed to be and what levels each one of them goes with, so I need to kind of look at that, get those rearranged, figure out where I'm at, and then start doing that. Because I wouldn't mind being able to actually do something as far as the enchanting goes. Make use of it a little bit. But let's see. Take a look at my... I haven't been standing here very long, so it's not doing all that much right now. Let's just toss those. So what are we at? 1,200 bottles, 1,000 sugar. Almost 1,000 glowstone. More sticks than we'll ever need. Same with spider eyes. Oh, spider eyes stew. That was one of the things we could make too. Spider eyes stew. And each piece of tofu is worth 3 of this. So that wouldn't be that bad. And it's got a decent full hunger on it. And we're definitely getting a decent amount of it, so that might work. That's what I'll have to do. I think I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to try and do it between episodes, get something set up to autocraft those different food types. Unfortunately, I've been running into that whole life problem where I don't have enough time between episodes to do things. I'm usually recording these about an hour, usually about an hour to 3 hours before they're encoded and then released the next morning. So I'm sure it showed in the last episode where I was sick. So I think I was really dazed in that episode. So hopefully it wasn't as bad as it seemed to me. But we'll find out. But if you do have any suggestions for things to do, because I mean right now I'm kind of treating this as like a modded vanilla because of a lot of the things that are in here. I mean, obviously not this stuff, but kind of the way I'm approaching building stuff and things like that is pretty vanilla in how it's being done. So if you have any suggestions for things that you kind of want to see tried, ideas, anything like that, definitely put them out in the comments, and I'll take a look at them and see if we can see how it fits in, and see if it's something we can do, and then go from there. But I think for now we're going to call it, and I like that little fish trap. I'm going to have to keep an eye on it and see if there's a way to, if I can find a way to automate it, I'll let you know. And then the only other thing I can think of is I did try the string on the glass panes by that big portal out there, way out here. It didn't work. They still stay cross-hatched panes of glass. Doesn't work. So I have to try something else. But for now, thank you for watching.